It's a G life, swerving in a G ride. Who bang, homie, clutching on the 4-5. Don't ever slip, cause you do, boy, that lead flies. Cause at the bottom we stay hunting in that moonlight. You hear the click, you hear the bang when we pass by. This ain't a game fool, the riders really earn stripe. That's on the gang fool, forever on that main line. And it's a thin line, so homie better act right. We keep it active, really active up on this side. You hear the whistle as they're throwing up their gang signs. The crime rate in the hood always stays high. Banging for the vital trucha for the one time. We stay posted, drinking till the sunrise. We stay posted, drinking till the sunrise. It's that G life, swerving in the G ride. Who bang, homie, clutching on that 4-5. Don't ever slip, cause you do, boy, that lead flies. Cause at the bottom
G-File.
Alright, now starting off right here in South Central, we have the largest neighborhood in South Central. Shit, the largest neighborhood in Los Angeles, if you ask me. You feel me? And I think in all of LA County, this is the largest neighborhood. You have the Vario Florencia 13. Florencia, obviously being Spanish for Florence Street, is located right here in the Florence Firestone District. You know, it's the only neighborhood in the Firestone Florence District, which is considered, you could just say, South Central LA, because that's where, you know, is basically what it is. So Florencia is a large neighborhood, but, you know, to everyone's surprise, they have only been around since the 40s. You know, so they're not as old school as some of these other neighborhoods like Primera or Wyfins or, you know, some of these other sets around. Yet they are the most largest neighborhood in LA, you feel me? I know 18th Street and MS are the largest, like if we're talking about like worldwide, but we're talking about in LA, it's probably Florence, whose neighborhood extends of, you know, the Florence District, Huntington Park, you know, South Central, you know, through Bell Gardens, man, they got members all over the place, you know, hence why they have so many cliques. You know, Florence has ate up a lot of neighborhoods, a lot of more smaller neighborhoods, you know, persuaded them to become a part of their neighborhood, hence why they have so many cliques as well, you feel me? Now, the Florencia Barrio is a notorious neighborhood. They're with the business, they got their shit on lockdown. These vatos are not playing, these vatos are riders and still hold it down. Strong, you know, even with all the sweeps and actions and motions and everything they threw everything at them, and even the kitchen sink, homie, and they haven't been able to slow down their numbers nor their presence, you know what I mean? They're still as strong as they were from when they first started. You know, these guys dominate, you know what I mean? They're a large neighborhood. They beef it with a whole lot of neighborhoods, but they have the manpower in order to combat these neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So like I said, they've been around since the 40s. Their neighborhood stretches from all of Central Avenue to Alameda, between Slauson and Florence. Is where the neighborhood's at. Like I said, even Huntington Park and all those areas, you have Hyde Park as well. You can find them located right there where Harvard Park is at. You know what I mean? They like to chill and hang out right there también. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the 59, 62. Man, like I said, man, these guys are just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I was told that they have roughly more than 3,000 members in total. So more than that. So that's already a huge number as it is. They're spread out through all of Los Angeles, California, even to other states. Like I said, this neighborhood is just large as a whole. You feel me? And in South Central right here, they do dominate. They got a large, strong presence, like I said. And still hold it down like that. You know, this Vario, like I said, they ain't no pushover. It's the Vario where Bodashi and a few other artists are from. This is their Vario. And they be holding it down right there, representing still to these times. And, you know, shout out to all the homies from Florencia that I have. I have, like, too many to even bust a roll. You know, like Termite Angel, Gangster, Sneaky, Babar, Blue, the homie Slugger, Snail, Fail, Clever. Man, shout out to all the homies from Florence. You know what I mean? That be right there representing, still holding it down. You feel me? And yeah, man, they still be putting it on the map right there. Now, another neighborhood that you have right here in South Central is the Vario Local Park Gang. So that's LPG, or you see it LPR, obviously Local Park Gang, and then the other one Local Park Rifa. Either way is how, you know, you can see it up. They're located right there where it's almost by Compton and Adam, or you can find them by Long Beach and 22nd. So roughly around that area is where the Local Park neighborhood stays at. Local Park is a neighborhood that's been already right here since the 80s. pretty small neighborhood. You know what I mean? Right there, they share the territory with some crib neighborhoods, close to East Side 13 too as well. Hence why they have like, heavy beef between both of those barrios. You know what I mean? It be cracking right there, homie. It'd be no joke. This is also the barrio in which the rapper Little Menace, the one that belonged to Familia Records, this is the neighborhood in which he was from. So, this is where he was definitely putting this barrio up on the map, you know what I mean, representing for them. And Little Menace was a Chicano rapper who was pretty known, you know what I mean? He was doing his thing. But yeah, this was his neighborhood right here, Local Park Gang, you feel me? And like I said, it's just roughly a small neighborhood. Not that old school, but nonetheless, homie, they be holding it down right there, representing still to this day, pretty strongly. You can find them chilling, obviously, right there by the parque. It is the place that they call, their home, you know what I mean? Hence where they get the name Local Park from. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's where they be at, representing it and doing the thing and putting it down right there in South Central, you feel me? But that's what's up with the Local Park Gang. Right here also in South Central, you have the Ghetto Boys gang. Vital Ghetto Boys, GBZ is the name of this barrio right here, located in South Central. You know what I mean? Now, their barrio was established in the 1980s, so around the 80s is when this barrio was established, you feel me? And you can find their barrio right there on Adams Avenue and Jefferson Boulevard, between San Pedro and Grand Avenue is where you find the Ghetto Boys gang. Almost close to that damn, what's the name of that damn freaking liquor store right there, man? The Maple, there you go. Wait, is it Maple? Yeah, Maple Liquor Store. By the Maple Liquor Store, you know what I mean? That's where you can find their barrio. That's what's considered their neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like on Maple Avenue, like almost by 30th. You feel me? It's what's considered, the Ghetto Boys neighborhood, their territory. You feel me? Hence why they have like clicas in their barrio, like 28th Street, the 27th Street, 25th Streets. And I know people are gonna say the 25th is primeras or whatever. Well, it's borderline because Ghetto Boys neighborhood stays really close to Primeras Flats neighborhood. You know what I mean? They kind of share territory right there. Like almost by Trinity Park. You know what I mean? They kind of like they battle for that parque también. Like the beef between these two barrios is massive, homie. They got some bad blood between these two hoods. You know what I mean? Well, Ghetto Boys beefs it with a lot of barrios right there in South Central, you feel me? Because there's just so many gangs jam-packed right there. But Ghetto Boys is with the business, homie. They have the numbers to combat it because they are a large neighborhood, you feel me? You hear about this barrio over here, you know what I mean? These guys ain't no chums. They ain't no suckers, dog. They with the business, you feel me? This is also the barrio in which a Little Silent, that's the barrio he's from. He's a Chicano rapper. I recommend you guys go check out his music. He gets down. The vato se avienta. You feel me? He's a really good Chicano rapper. Him and his camaradas. They be doing their thing, homie. You know what I mean? And yeah, but that's what's up with the Ghetto Boys gang right there. Shout out to all the homies from Ghetto Boys. You feel me? That be right there representing it and doing their thing, homie. But that's what's up with the GBZ neighborhood. Now, another barrio that you have right here in South Central LA is the barrio Street Villains. Not to be confused with Street Saints or Street Criminals, Street Villains. You know what I mean? They're their own barrio. They do their thing. Have been around right here since the 80s. You know what I mean? They're roughly this is their birthplace, and South Central is their birthplace. But they are located in different locations throughout California. Like they're located in Barstow. They're located in San Diego. They have different spots in where you can find the Street Villain Gang, and I heard that it's all one neighborhood. You feel me? You know, I already know how it is. People move, they recruit, and so on and so on. But right here is where they started. This is home ground, where the barrio originated from. They originated right here in South Central LA, right there by Vermont Avenue, by 42nd Street and Vernon is where you find, the barrio. Like it's on 43rd, because they do have a 43rd Street locals as a clica, you feel me? That's 43rd, not to be confused with 42nd, so the 43rd is their clica. You could also find them chilling right there, like in those back alleys. That's where they hang out, you know what I mean? That's where it be cracking, you know what I mean? Those alleys are known for desmadres, homie. Like you get caught sleeping right there, it's over. Now their barrio is located right there also where the Rolling 40 neighborhood Crips are at. I'm pretty sure people know about the, you know, rolling 40s. You know, they're a large crib set, you know, one of the largest crib sets. But hey, but them and Street Villains, hey, they seem to be feeding it right there with each other. I don't think there's no pleito between them. You feel me? It seems like they get along with each other pretty, you know, pretty cool. But yeah, this is where the Street Villains are, where they've been doing their thing, representing it and holding it down right there for their Vario. But that's what's up with Street Villains. Shout out to all the homies from Street Villains that I have right there. You feel me? Shout out to Vampy. Shout out to Stomper. Shout out to all the homies from Street Villains that be doing their thing right there, representing. You feel me? Holding it down for their Vario. Another Vario that you have right here is the Vario Hangout Boys. Hangout Boys is located right here in South Central. You feel me? Now, the Vario Hangout Boys is a neighborhood that was established since the 80s, is when this neighborhood started. You feel me? Roughly, the Hangout Boys have been a small neighborhood. You feel me? They were never a large neighborhood. You know what I mean? They were just roughly small. Being on the fact that right there where their neighborhood's at is jam-packed full of Varios, homie. You have the 41st Streets, you have the Street Villains, you have everybody and their mother right there, you feel me? So it makes, you know, recruitment a lot harder, you know, when, you know, you got to share your territory. Not only that, but there's also a lot of crib sets, you know. That is the reason why the Hangout Boys neighborhood started, because the 43rd Gangster Crips used to try to, you know, bully the raza right there, so they banded together, you know what I mean? They weren't going to let themselves, hence why the HOB neighborhood started, you know what I mean? The Hangout Boys. And, you know, they have to share territory right there with the 41st Streets. I mean, literally, their neighborhoods are just, like, right there next to each other, you know? You know, like, there's hardly any breathing room right there. There's no space, you know. There's no free land right there, you know. It's just a battlefield, you know, through and through. You get what I'm saying? That's just how it is around that area right there on west of Main Street, by the east of the 110 freeway, you know, is where they're located. And está cabrón right there. That's a danger zone, you feel me? But you know what? They've been holding it down right here since the beginning, and they're still right here holding it down strong and representing for their barrio and putting their barrio on the map. You know, these guys ain't no chumps, you know what I mean? They still put it down for theirs, and, you know, and in that fashion, homie. But that's what's up with the Hangout Boys. And then right here in the east of South Central, you can also find the Vario Deuce Deuce, which is the 22nd Street gang. The Deuce Deuce neighborhood is located right here on 22nd Street, the 800 east of 22nd Street is where you find the Vario, you know, Deuce Deuce doing their thing, homie. Like I said, this barrio right here is not a large barrio. It's been around since the 80s. You know, has always roughly been in small in size due to the fact that there's so many neighborhoods jam-packed in that area. You feel me? But this neighborhood is well-structured, well-connected. You feel me? It's like a very family laced-up hood. You feel me? They stick together. You know, they got their stuff on lockdown. You know, these guys ain't no chumps, you know, just because they're smarter than the rest of some of these sets over here in South Central. Like I have said, doesn't mean shit. You feel me? This neighborhood is with the business. They be doing their thing and holding it down still to this day. You know what I mean? They still be doing their thing right there representing. These guys ain't no chumps, ain't no pushovers. And they still be holding it down like that. You feel me? Representing. You know what I mean? So that's where you can find the Deuce Deuce right there in the mix of battle with every other hood in that area. But hey, they're still holding it strong, and, you know, they got their flag well planted. Also, right here in South Central, you have the Vario BE. Now, BE stands for Vario Evil. BE is located right here, also in South Central. You feel me? Now, this neighborhood is roughly a small neighborhood. Hasn't been around for that long, you know what I mean? I was told that it's been around roughly since the 90s. You get what I mean? So it's not that old school. It's not that large, but nonetheless, you do see the activity from these guys, especially their hitters, man. These guys right everywhere, you know what I mean? Like, you definitely see the activity by these guys. You get what I mean? Now, you can find the Vario Evil is located right here on 33rd. 33rd Street is their main zone, their dojos, where they be holding it down, you know what I mean? Through those back ends and alleys where you can catch the Vario Evil doing their thing, mobbing it up, you feel me? Because, man, like I said, homie, there's a lot of hit-ups over here. And this neighborhood does beef with a lot of sets over here. And even though they may not be as large, they still holding their ground. They're still doing their thing. You know what I mean? So you can still catch the Vario Evil right there representing it and putting it down, you know, for their neighborhood and putting their Vario up on the map. You feel me? But that's what's up with the Vario Evil. Also, right here in South Central, you have the Vario 29th Street. Now, Vario 29th Street is located right here in South Central. on 29th Street. You know what I mean? Their barrio is spread out throughout Los Angeles. I have covered them already in several different spots right here. You know what I mean? Southgate, Huntington Park, Bell, and you know what I mean? And these areas don't stay that far from South Central, you feel me? So in each individual location, they may not be as large, but as a whole, they're a pretty large neighborhood, you feel me? And since the locations don't stay far away from each other, I mean, they could easily just, with one phone call, be there in a jiffy, you get what I mean? But this is where they originated from. They originated right here out of South Central, out of 29th Street, close to Ghetto Boys neighborhood, you know what I mean? Hence why there's heavy beef between both of them barrios. There's some bad, blood right there, since their neighborhoods stay like literally so close to each other, you feel me? Because Ghetto Boys neighborhood stretches all the way to 28th. And even though 29th Street doesn't have that big of a territory, you know what I mean? Or they're not as old school as some of these barrios because they've only been around since the 80s. Nonetheless, homie, these fools are with the business, homie. They ain't no chumps. I got homies out of 29th, and I know that they riders, you know what I mean? And they be holding it down right there for their neighborhood, definitely representing in South Central and putting their barrio on the map, you know what I mean? These ain't no chump, no pushovers. Shout out to Goofy, Boxer. Shout out to all the homies from 29th that I have and that be putting it down still, representing and putting their barrio up on the map.